This is a map. Something seems off about it the minute you look at it. Something is just visually disturbing. This map, on the other hand, makes a little bit more sense because it's a political map. It shows the political borders of every nation on Earth and the limits of those governments in those nations, so that they may resolve conflicts, promote trade, exchange cultural values, and usually that's done with these guys, diplomats. Diplomats step in so that the head of the country's government does not actually have to meet up, but in rare ceremonial occasions in which they try to improve relations. And sometimes during these visits, bad things could happen that could anger one of the countries in question. Maybe they see something they don't like, and usually these can get resolved with a quick apology. Now, a lot of times with diplomatic relations, you seek to gain some advantage or you seek to resolve some situation. In this case, we had Admiral Perry go to Japan and in their isolation and actually open their trade ports. Sometimes the cultural exchange, the ambassadorship, is just privately done through cultural heritage like sports, film, music. But sometimes during these visits, when tensions are high, diplomatic failure can occur, and the worst can happen. Countries that were once your friends are now your bitter enemy. And this is not something you necessarily prepare fully for, because you can never prepare fully for attacking and fighting a former friend. And when that happens, bad things happen. As often the African proverb has said that when the elephants fight, it is the grass that suffers. In human history, grass has suffered plenty of times. And keeping diplomatic relations should be seen by more eyes, yet it's often neglected because it's just something commoners don't quite understand or get the full gist of. And the ultimate goal should always be to promote peace. Hello, welcome to How to Play Diplomat, game for one player. This game we're trying to maintain the peace and avoid war at all costs. And luckily, like most diplomatic missions, it goes pretty well. This game comes to us from the 250 Plus Solitaires app, and we're going to need 2 decks of cards. We're going to take them and shuffle, then we're going to build columns of 4 cards until we have about 8 of them. Alright, we have 8. So now to explain this game away, what I can first tell you is that we have 8 aces to build from in suit, ace to king. We build on the tableau down by rank. Suit will not matter. We can only move 1 card at a time. Any card in the foundation cannot return back to the tableau. And we have 1 space for the draw deck for when we draw cards. So now I'm going to go ahead and start the game. I'm going to move cards by what moves are legally available. And if I don't see anything else, I'll start drawing cards. If vacancies can be filled by any card, so I will take that liberty and move that 3 there, so I can then move that queen there and then move the ace to its foundation. I'll move that king there and then I'll continue playing from there, trying to find every card that I need, trying to do the best that I can, because I am a diplomat, I am a representative of my government, and therefore I'm trying to avoid war. And that's the thing that's great about this game, is that like most diplomatic missions, most of the time it ends in success. It's very rare diplomatic mission ends in failure. And so we have a pretty easy job, because the country we might be the ambassador to is a country we're on very good terms with, and there's absolutely no chance of any conflict whatsoever. Otherwise known as a easy peasy job within the State Department, within the diplomatic community. And so that's just all we're doing today. We're just basically assembling these cards until we have all 8 aces built up in suit from ace to king. And pretty simple game. So if you want something that just burns time, you have 2 decks of cards, this is the game you want to play. And so I'm just maneuvering cards, trying to get everything situated, using 1 card movement at a time. Now, of course, most 1 card movement at a time games, you're wanting to keep vacancies as best you can to the best of your ability, so that you can consolidate cards, so that you can assemble them in as few columns as possible. And we're going on from there. And let's see, do we have anything else that I want to play at the moment? And you're always going to be looking over your tableau, making sure there's not a move that you missed, because this game can be lost. I think a lot of times I'm saying these games are easy just simply because I've gotten a little bit better at a lot of these solitaires that are somewhat odds in favor, because there are specific strategies that after you realize them, you'll never go wrong with them. Most of the time you'll win with them. And if you don't know those strategies, you'll lose initially because you haven't figured it out. But once you figure it out, the game's not going to be as challenging as it once was. This is just one of those games. The strategy's fairly simple. You don't want to put too many face cards down initially until you can move all your lower cards around. Once you have enough of your aces and you've built up from the aces, you could then proceed with your higher valued cards, putting them on the tableau. And other than that, just very, very simple game. Always having an out, always having somewhere to move your cards. Pretty good strategy. One that's not too difficult to play. And you just go from there. And looking pretty good. I got that 7 of diamonds. I need to find the 8 of diamonds. And now I got 3 different vacancies, looks like. You only have 8 columns in this game, so it's always important to know the number of columns so you don't accidentally break the game, so you don't break the rules and get an unfair advantage. You want to be challenged, but at the same time, you want to know what's possible versus what's impossible. Okay, everything's looking really good. I'm consolidating cards. And now I've consolidated cards into the same suit, so that's really helping me out. Find a queen, can't really use that at the moment, so I'll just keep moving. Everything's going really well, making sure I'm at 8 columns so I'm not over. Everything's looking really good. We got a jack, can't use that jack at the moment, so I'll put that to the side for now. Whatever I was going to try there, I must have had the wrong card or something. Okay, I was consolidating with that king that I just put out. Alright, consolidate there. Got king, queen, or queen, jack. Okay, everything's looking really good. Maneuvering everything around. Alright, once we have the king, we have finished that column of cards, that stack of cards, that suit. Each suit will be finished twice, so that's the one thing you have to remember. We have 8 columns and 8 foundational piles, so we have 4 suits in each deck, 2 decks, so we have 8 suits overall, but 2 of them are duplicates. So in that case, we're just worrying about getting the first 4, then the second 4, and once we've done that, we're pretty much on target to win the game. You get 2 suits done in this game, your odds are just in your favor. Then it's just a matter of moving cards, doing it legally, seeing what you have. So now I have 3 suits done. If I can ever find the king of clubs, I'll have 4. But everything's moving pretty quickly. Everything's moving pretty fast. Okay, there's that king of clubs. There's both king of clubs. So final card's been taken out of the draw deck, and now it's just a race. We're trying to get everything done. We have everything done. And wouldn't you know it, we've won. So yay! So if you'd actually like to play some card games in public, come to our subreddit card game meetups. Post your city, post what games you know, and what games you're willing to play, what games you're willing to teach, and what public place in particular you want to do this at. Do click under the show more for that link and links to other videos that I enjoy on YouTube, and written instructions, rules, and a link to a Discord channel where we talk about card games all day, every day. It's a fun place. And you can bring up all kinds of subjects on card games, so do get on your phone and call your friends and let them know that you'd like to play some cards. They might say yes, and they might say no, but you never know unless you call, so sometimes you have to be the person to do that. Do like, subscribe, and share these videos with the people that you know love playing card games, and do vote in this month's poll. I want to thank this month's musicians, and I'll see you next video.